In this video I will be demonstrating this sea turtle pendant. I am using this faceted glass cabochon. The measurements in this video are for a cabochon that is a similar size to this one. For larger or smaller stones, adjust the measurements as necessary. For my guide, I start by drawing around the cabochon. Mark a border a little larger than the stone. Mark the centre line. You only need to draw half of your turtle as the image will be symmetrical. I am using 18 gauge round wire for the frame. Find the middle of the wire and make a bend. The bend will be where the nose of the turtle is. Shape the wire following the guide. Mark the wire a little before the halfway point. Bend the wire upwards and towards the turtle's flipper. Bend the wire to sit inside the frame. Trim the wire level with the turtle's neck. Flip the shape and line it up with the centre point. Shape the other half of the turtle. Bend the wire ends into loops. Make sure that the cut ends sit flush against the wire and can't be felt. I am using 20 gauge wire to add some decoration to the turtle. I have 3 lengths of 3/4 of an inch and I have 2 lengths of 1 1/4 inches. I have marked the centre point of the shorter wires. Bend the wires at the middle. The bent wire should fit inside the turtle's head section. Bend the wire ends into small loops. Repeat the process with the other short wires to fit in the feet sections. Take the longer wires and bend one end into a small loop. Take the other end and bend it into a small loop and then continue bending it into a loose coil. Adjust the wire to fit inside the flipper section. Repeat with the other flipper section. Find the middle of your weaving wire. Wrap the centre of the weaving wire a couple of times around the point of the head section. Use one half of the weaving wire for the left side and the other half for the right side. Take the head decorating wire and hold it in position. Wrap twice around both the frame and the decorating wires. Now wrap twice around just the frame wire. Wrap twice around both wires. Wrap twice around just the frame. Continue this pattern to connect the decoration. Flip the wires and repeat the process on the other side. Continue wrapping the weaving wire around the frame. Wrap up to where the flipper decoration will sit. Place the decoration into position and attach it in the same way as with the head decoration. Wrap twice around both wires and then wrap twice around just the frame. Continue wrapping around the frame. When you reach the point where the bottom of the loop meets the frame wire, wrap twice around both wires. Continue wrapping around the frame. Where the coil meets the frame, wrap twice around both wires. At the loop, wrap twice around both wires and then bring the weave-in wire between the two frame wires. Repeat the process on the other side. Take another length of weave-in wire and start wrapping from the loop. Start with the weave-in wire between the frame wires. Wrap twice around both wires. Wrap around the frame wire up to where the foot decoration will sit, and then attach this section the same way as with the head section. Remove the weave-in wire tails by holding them close to the base and rotate until they break off. The wires should break off between the frame wires and you shouldn't be able to feel them. I will now close the gap in the frame by wrapping the weave-in wire a couple of times around both sides where they meet. Continue to wrap the other side. When reaching the other loop, wrap twice around both wires and then thread the weave-in wire between the two frame wires. Remove the excess weaving wires. I am going to use a thin piece of masking tape to hold the cabochon in position. Place the tape under the flippers and over the upper part of the stone to keep the lower part clear. The base wires for the shell are 20 gauge. I have marked the middle point of all the wires. Bend all the wires to approximately 135 degrees, which is halfway between a right angle and a straight line. Find the centre of your weaving wire. Take the first long wire and start wrapping from the bend. Wrap 3 times around the base wire. Flip the wire and wrap 3 times from the other end. Add the second long wire. Wrap twice around both wires. Add the third long wire and wrap twice around the second and third wires. Add the fourth, which is the short wire. Wrap twice around the third and fourth wires. Wrap twice around the second and third wires. Wrap twice around the first and second wires. Wrap once around the first wire. Mirror the pattern on the other side. Slightly bend the wires to start following the shape of the cabochon. Attach the wires to the frame at the inner corner of the foot section. Wrap twice around both the frame and the first base wire of the shell. Wrap 3 times around the first base wire. Repeat to attach the wires on the other side. As you weave, if the stone tries to move out of position, just push it back down. Bend the wires to follow the shape of the frame. Weave the zigzag part of the pattern. Wrap twice around wires 1 and 2. Twice around wires 2 and 3. Twice around wires 3 and 4. Twice around wires 2 and 3. Twice around wires 1 and 2. Now wrap 6 times around the first wire. Weave the zigzag pattern. Wrap once around the first wire. Wrap twice around both the frame wire and the first wire. Wrap 3 times around the first wire. Repeat on the other side. Bend the base wires to follow the frame. Weave another zigzag. Wrap once around the first wire. Wrap twice around both the frame and the first wires. Wrap 3 times around the first wire. Repeat that pattern. Repeat the process on the other side. Bend the remaining section of the short wire into small inward-facing loops. Remove the tape. Continue attaching the base wires to the frame using the same pattern. Zigzag weave on the 3 remaining wires, and then once around the first wire, twice around both the frame and the first wire, and then 3 times around the first wire. Weave up to your turtle's armpit. Bend the wires to follow the top of the stone. Continue weaving. Attach the base wires to the frame at the turtle shoulder. Bend the wires down over the stone. Repeat on the other side. I am cutting the innermost wires on both sides. Bend the cut wires into small loops. Continue wrapping the remaining pair of wires. Wrap twice around both wires. Wrap twice around just the inner wire. Repeat this pattern. If you are starting to run short on weaving wire, now is the best time to add more while you still have more than one base wire to trap the weaving wire. When adding wire, always try and start and finish with the weaving wire trapped between two base wires. I am adding another 10 inches of wire. When reaching the loop, wrap twice around both the loop wire and the inner wire. Trim the inner wire shorter and make a loop. Continue wrapping the remaining wire up to where it meets the wire surrounding the stone. Attach to the side wires by threading the weaving wire between the two outer wires. Wrap a few more times around the remaining wire and remove the excess. Trim the wire short and make a loop. Repeat on the other side. Use one of the wire offcuts to make a jump ring to finish the pendant. Thank you for viewing. I really appreciate your time. Please join me for my next video.